And hello everyone, woo, we have some big time news. Okay, so the Super Dokkan tickets that have come out, so we now know who and what we're going to be summoning on. And by God, there actually is quite a lot. Now, the banner isn't out, but we know the unit coming out, and that's this Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose. A new one, new to global, could be global first. So there's a whole bunch of content coming out. This looks like Universe 6, but in particular, the ticket is going to be for this guy, and he has a brand new category super bosses. Now, I predicted, well, it was a pretty easy prediction, but yes. So it was a pretty easy prediction that there will be a super bosses because there's a super heroes. So this is any villain in Dragon Ball Super, period. And that's really good for many a reason, right? Because we're talking like, we were talking Broly's and Beerus and Copy Vegeta and Black Rose. I mean, it's brilliant. So, like, we're talking super bosses with Realm of Gods, which is exactly this. It's like the worldwide download celebration, corroded body and mind, and then you've got like exploding rage, accelerated battle Realm of Gods. So a 170% for corroded body and mind is perhaps the best part going for this because that is still an underdeveloped category in terms of leads, but super bosses are going to be good. So this guy, pretty hype, right? So we'll have a quick jump into what he does and who he can link up well with. First glance, he seems pretty decent, but yes. So to get this guy, by the way, then, so again, we need, since like the beginning of this month, we've been pretty much collecting these from missions. I did another video on them, and of course, we didn't know what it was going to be, but hey, this is free to play. Now, I'd imagine, as I said in the other video as well, there's probably a stone version for this. And as we've been doing them, and the missions have been easy. I mean, seriously, that's it. Any easy A, any stage, 100 stamina, boom. It honestly, it's super easy. Everyone should have like, I don't know, like 20, 30 of them by now, I'd imagine. Anyway, so this is going to be him. So let's see what this guy does. So 2 key, 200% to stats. Okay, I like that. Guards all attacks for the first turn, which is pretty good. Reduces damage received by 6% per super boss ally on the team, up to 30%. So that's a full team. An additional damage reduction of 30% before attacking. So, dude, you have like 60% damage reduction before attacking, which is good because he has guard, and that helps. So you have an additional attack per rainbow key sphere obtained. Wow, okay. You have an additional attack, 50% chance to become a super, period. You have another additional super attack every time you attack 5 times, and an additional 30% to stats within the same turn with each attack performed. So that resets every turn. Super bosses, 2 key within the same turn after receiving an attack. That's kind of nice because you put them in slot 1 and you get an attack and they get 2 key. That's really good for those units who have, when the board's crap, or for those you can't really get links for. 70% chance to nullify Key Blast Supers. That's probably the right way around because obviously Key Blast Supers are far more featured, right? So it's pretty good. I see lots in this. Let's have a look at this. Super attack effect, 30% to the stats. You do nothing else, but I mean, it's immense, so it's the top end, but nothing else but 30%. Off the bat, I'm seeing crits. And possibly dodge because like the guy's got additionals built in. You do not need additionals. Yes, additionals you get 30% for, but you're hunting for this, for which, by the way, every single one of these attacks will potentially trigger. So again, like you have this per rainbow key sphere, and it's fairly common to get 2 of 3. So you're already going to get 2 of 3, right? And of course, this is just 1, so I mean, you're guaranteed 1 here. This is pretty good because let's say you got three attacks. You got your 1 attack, you get an additional per rainbow key spheres. Let's say you got 3 rainbows, that's already 4 attacks. This will give you 5 attacks, and then you guarantee this. You could potentially triple super, actually more. And of course, because you're getting 5 attacks, this will go up 5 times because it resets every turn, but there's no limit. So you're getting like 150% on top of the 200. Dude's insane. He gets stronger and stronger and stronger every attack. That's mad. Imagine if every single one of these is a crit, right? You could get rainbow orb changes, sure. And it's not uncommon for you to get 4 or 5 rainbow orbs. But I mean, 4 or 5 is actually the top, right? You can't get any more than 5. So imagine if you had all 5, that alone is 5 attacks, which would trigger this, which would give you alone, just off rainbow orbs, potentially 180%. That's absolutely insane. Jesus. I mean, you're going to have damage reduction up to 30%, and you are going to run super bosses because he is a Goku Black, which means you're going to run him on Kuroda Body and Mind Extreme Realm of Gods. You just are. So you're going to have 30%. And even if you don't have all the top tier units, it's still going to qualify because it's super bosses. I mean, you can still get it. Additional 30% before attacking really helps because he's going to build up stats as well as having stats on super attack, right? So that's pretty good. For in this case, he can still survive even afterwards, but you are going to want him in slot 1. So that's pretty good. The only real downside, I say, is while this is great because it's endless, so I mean, potentially you could attack potentially something like 10 times, giving you 300%. Dude, by then he's probably just one-shotting everybody. I mean, imagine if like because like every single one of these additional normals could trigger a hidden potential system, and then this, and then that. I mean, you could legitimately do like 7 super attacks. It'd be like physical Vegito Blue, right? 7 super attacks, each one raising stats. It's getting nuts. But yeah, okay. So let's have a look. So he has an active skill as well. And the active skill can be activated when there are super boss ally characters in the same turn or from the 6th turn period. So when all allies are super bosses up to then. So we get a new domain. Brilliant. So super boss category allies go up by 2 key and creates clones for 4 turns. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by clones for 4 turns. Interesting. However, when you are in the new realm, super boss category enemies and allies get 10% to stats, so watch out against an enemy because if you are against that, you're making them a little stronger. An additional 10% for those who are also extreme. Right, so this, by the way, is only affecting your team. This can affect the enemy, so just be very careful who you're up against. You're up against a villain from the Dragon Ball Super Saga. You're actually making them stronger. So that's pretty good. So, yeah, I don't think there's a new picture of it. There might be. Here we go. Oh, sweet. Look at this. Look at this. So, yeah. So, when we transform then, let's see what we get here now. So, when we transform, we get these clones. I presume the clones might just be part of his attack. We'll see. We'll see. So, when you transform, so of course, super bosses, all allies in the same turn, 4th turn. So we get 2 key 222%, so we go up just by a little bit. Applies the super excellent effect, so that's really good. So like STI isn't going to slow him down. Reduces by 66% before attacking. Wow, that's no joke, because like this, 222% on a 200% lead with this, oh boy. Randomly changes key spheres from not physical to rainbow. So he's a rainbow orb changer. Okay, which is brilliant because he has this. Oh, wow, interesting. He has a rare chance. That's a 15% chance of becoming a super attack per key sphere obtained. Now, okay, so so again, you can't get more than 5, right? So you have 15% chances to launch an additional attack. Why is this a rare chance? The dude's already pretty OP in his previous form, doing 7 supers. Why is he? I don't get that. Okay, you launch an additional attack, 70% chance to super. Your super attack now greatly stacks attack. And you get 30% defense. And lowers enemy defense. Greatly stacking attack whilst being super effective. Ooh, wow. You launch an additional super attack every time you attack 5 times. With every same, okay, so this is the same as before, only it's tweaked just a little bit to 33%. Wow, what the actual hell? Jeez, he is super impressive. The clones will just be the domain, right? This is incredibly powerful. Um, Even in the other form, I mean, he still has the guard for that first turn, which helps out a lot of tricky rotations because you could rely on that to help get rotation straight. And then he's going to have additional damage reduction before attacking. He builds stats. He's going to have tons and tons of attacks. He's honestly going to triple super consistently, just casually. And there'll be those who will quadruple super. Honestly, it's going to be crits and dodge, full crit, because the guy has additionals. You want to maximize the just every little bit of damage. Honestly, the difference between going for additionals because he gets defense, you're hunting for additional super attacks, of which you're probably already going to get. Remember, a hidden potential system is just one extra, so you're still relying on the flip of a coin for half of these. The hidden potential is just only one extra. But yeah, so let's have a look at these links. So we have Super Saiyan. It looks like they don't change. Super Saiyan, Big Bad Bosses, Dismal Future, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Fear and Faith, and Nightmare. So perfectly set up, of course, to work alongside here. So who do we have? Okay, Goku Black, fantastic. LR Rose used to have his Easy A, fantastic. These are still pretty solid. 200% lead for this team, and he's absolutely going to be on Worldwide Chaos. Zamasu, I mean, you can easily see this team is going to be an absolute beast. Even this guy is absolutely a monster. This guy, honestly, potentially best friend. So not only is this guy pretty ridiculous, but he's a 50% support. Imagine however powerful this guy is. This guy is going to be giving him 50% to attack and defense, whilst also triggering Big Bad Bosses, Dismal Future for the extra key, Nightmare for the extra key in attack, Prepare for Battle, right? The insane amount of attack and key coming from this, from like Dismal Future, Prepare for Battle, and Fear and Faith, unlimited supers, unlimited key, insane power. Honestly, 55%, I'm going to predict this guy's going to put out like 5-6 million. He must do. I mean, the sky's the limit for this guy. It's mad. Okay, so we're talking Future Saga. Yeah, Power Beyond. Okay, I mean, I would have thought they would be super class based, really. So, but yeah, Patara, really good buff because you can now make a good complement of Super and Extreme. Realm of Gods, especially the Extreme version. Time Travelers, yeah, because you can run it with Future. Super Bosses is now a good one. Corroded Body and Mind, really good. Power of Wishes. Inhuman Deeds, Exploding Rage, Accelerated Battle, and Worldwide Chaos. So I like to look at the crappy teams. So like the entire bottom row, Inhuman, Exploding, Accelerating, and Worldwide. All of this, massive buff. I like how Super Bosses blends in with Time Travelers, blends in with Realm of Gods, blends in with Future Saga, blends in with Patara, right? There's absolutely, I mean, he is huge for linking a lot of these teams together. He's Corroded Body and Mind, and then so it's Realm of Gods and Accelerated Battle, Exploding Rage. So he's given 200% for these two. Now, of course, yes, you got to be on Super Bosses, but yes, you'll have these. So, of course, no doubt that he is going to be sharing this. So, of course, we've got Accelerated Battle, Exploding Rage. Is there anyone else on this who is not? Janemba. Is Janemba on this? So, Janemba is on, so 200% for all Janembas, which is something. Because you will have them on Corroded Body and Mind. Again, just the Corroded Body and Mind is perhaps the best going for it because we do not have many leads for this. So that's really good. Again, there are two downsides you could argue to this. One, coming after the worldwide download celebration, perhaps we don't need this insane unit. Don't get me wrong, Goku Black sells well. Everyone wants him, and he's always a ridiculous unit. They just are. However, we recently have had a whole bunch of Easy A's, right? The King is back, so we have him. I mean, we've got LR Easy A, Goku Black's Easy A, Samasu's Easy A, and we have this guy, right, who's just ridiculous all around. We've had an extreme amount of power put in for the Black Saga. This guy is not necessary. He's another compliment. Yes, if you didn't get the worldwide download celebration unit, yeah, sure. There are legitimately people who will pull him completely free with tickets. Congratulations to you, because honestly, you pulled yourself quite a character. But yes. And the only other downside to this guy is this 15% chance And that's mad. I mean, previously this was just 50-50. And then I don't get how you go down. Perhaps they've dumbed him down a bit because I mean, he's super effective. He's going to have multiple attacks. He gets stronger with every attack. He has 70% chance to super. I mean, what the hell? I mean, this alone is pretty mental. The fact that he's greatly stacking attack, he's an absolute monster. But yes, so pretty impressive all around. He's got a fantastic link set. Get this to level 10 with your orbs. You want to save those rainbow orbs, the link orbs, precisely for this. So that's something. So get those links. But yes, of course, we get this from the tickets. The tickets, I'm not entirely sure when it comes around. So the end. Okay, so today was the last day for you to actually get them. It's like yeah, so once a week, you make sure to snag them up because it looks like tomorrow we could actually get this. It's currently the 20th, and I'd imagine tomorrow then. So huge. Who's going to be on it? I really don't know. I mean, honestly, if we're opening up with like a global first for this guy, it could be absolutely mega, right? So who knows? I mean, he could just be the only new unit, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and congrats to those who pull him free. And I wouldn't blame you if you went quite heavy on stones. But hey, watch out for saying day first. But again, I wouldn't blame you if you went hard on this guy because he's definitely the kind of guy that'll do it. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you and bye bye.